And let's start with Pakistan. Pakistan faces instability on multiple fronts while unrest in PoK is still making headlines. The administration in Islamabad is trying to muzzle the media.
From covering the unrest, that is, reports suggest authorities have blocked several news websites and digital platforms amid continuing unrest in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir as protests, violence and political tensions intensify across the region.
Well, according to reports, international broadcaster Al Jazeera English has also become inaccessible to users in parts of Pakistan. The restrictions are said to target platforms carrying reports on protests, security operations and public discontent in PoK. Pakistan has, however, not officially confirmed the reported blocks. The reported restrictions come amid growing concerns over freedom of expression and online censorship in the country.
Earlier, Al Jazeera reported that an Islamabad judicial magistrate's court had sought to block several YouTube channels after Pakistan's National Cybercrime Investigation Agency accused them of publishing content deemed provocative and critical of state institutions. According to the court order, the channels facing possible bans include those linked to the country's main opposition party.
And jailed former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, and several journalists known for their criticism of the government. Al Jazeera also reported that YouTube had notified 27 content creators that their channels could be removed if they fail to comply with court directives. Digital rights groups warned that such actions could shrink the space for free expression, particularly as social media remains one of the few platforms for public dissent.
On ground in PoK, the Joint Awami Action Committee has released videos it claims show security personnel assaulting an unarmed civilian on a street in Muzaffarabad. It has also appealed to the United Nations and other international organizations to independently investigate these incidents.
And according to the figures released by the Human Rights Council of Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, at least 80 people have been killed during the ongoing unrest. The reported toll includes 76 civilians and 4 police personnel, with fatalities recorded across Rawalakot, Mirpur and Muzaffarabad.
The developments come after the second phase of elections in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir was marred by disruptions. Voting was scheduled across 21 constituencies, but in several areas, polling was disrupted due to road blockades and continuing protests, raising fresh concerns over the credibility of the electoral process.
But Islamabad has chosen to counter this multi-front instability by restricting media coverage. Authorities have not formally announced a ban, but late Sunday night, Pakistan's Information and Broadcasting Ministry called Al Jazeera's reporting, quote-unquote, selective. Pakistan's administration has accused the organization of misrepresenting the elections in PoK.
But PoK is not the only region facing unrest and instability. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province has witnessed another attack, a suicide bombing that has killed at least 15 people in northern Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The attack took place near a police station in the Swat district during a peaceful protest. More than 20 others sustained injuries.
The blast happened near the border with Afghanistan. The region has reportedly seen a rise in militant attacks in recent years. In the past, alleged that the violent militant activities in border provinces are emanating from Afghanistan. However, the Taliban government in Kabul denies Afghan involvement in any militant attacks in Pakistan. All right, for more on this, we're now being joined by Adil Farooq Raja, Pakistan journalist and former military officer. He's joining us live from London. Mr. Raja, welcome to Race to Power. Let's start right off. Do you find an irony here that there's been repeated calls for internationalizing the Kashmir issue, but now when it comes to the unrest in PoK, there is an attempt to isolate the protests from the global opinion?
Well, irony indeed. What's been happening in Pakistan in the last 3.5 years has manifested to what is happening on the streets of AJK or PoK, Pakistan-administered Kashmir right now. The present Pakistani military strongman, Field Marshal Asim Munir, gave this concept of the hard state. And to implement that concept, he brought in certain changes in the laws through presidential ordinances and through the alleged puppet parliament. And because of certain laws which have been brought in, like the infamous PoK laws and various electronic media laws, now speaking truth in Pakistan is practically illegal. And we have seen the very recent example once Al Jazeera finally got access to the Muzaffarabad, the capital of Pakistan-administered Kashmir, and they reported from ground that there were less than 5% voter turnout. But even then, the elections were gifted to the favorite party of the military strongman, Field Marshal Asim Munir, and reporting that brought in the allegations of yellow journalism for Al Jazeera. So obviously it is an ironic situation, and it is obviously Pakistan is increasingly heading towards becoming it has already become an authoritative state, and it is being labeled as such. But where it is going from here is definitely uncharted waters, and Pakistan is being the Pakistani establishment led by the military is experimenting one system after another, but it is still failing to provide the people what they want, a functioning social contract, that is.
Mr. Raja, let me ask you this then, because you've brought in an issue that is really being seen by the global audience as being a problem in Pakistan. But who do you think should take responsibility, and why is it taking so long for the government in Pakistan, or let me just rephrase that, the administration in Pakistan to take some form of responsibility, because you're talking about attacks in 3 provinces and these attacks are not being stopped?
Yeah, in the latest case of the Pakistan-administered Kashmir, in the starting 7th June up till now, there have been reports of around allegedly 120 innocent protesters being killed. But it is a formula as per the policy of the hard state, in which the province of Balochistan have been targeted, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa have been targeted. Wider overall in Pakistan, the military is resorting to force rather than, talking to people, because the public mandate has been stolen by the military establishment itself, as per the Commonwealth report of the election observation mission of February 2024. And it is a continued dilemma in the country where the control is with the military establishment. But unfortunately, they don't have any checks or balances upon them. There is no accountability on the military establishment, because they do not have to go to the public and ask for votes. And the system by the system itself, it has been labeled as the hybrid system in Pakistan. And the system has failed. It is not going to fail. It has failed, as per the admission of the Pakistani Interior Minister, Mr. Mohsen Naqvi himself, who is brother-in-law of the Pakistani military strongman, Field Marshal Asim Munir. So the system has failed. And now they are going to experiment with a presidential system, something on the Egyptian model of General Sisi model, and whether that's going to work or not, that is yet to be seen. But so far, everything they've tried have failed. And who's responsible? Definitely those who hold the power, those who cannot be challenged, those who cannot be talked about are responsible, and that is the Pakistani military establishment. If you report upon them, it is turned illegal. I was listening to your report earlier. I get the reports from the Pakistani Telecommunication Authority while working as a journalist from London almost on daily basis. So this is what is going on, and you cannot actually hold the power to accountable, because they have got naked power at their side, and they believe in Mao's theory that all power, is derived from barrel of the gun, and those holding the gun are the Pakistani military.
Mr. Adil Raja, we'll have to end this discussion here. Shivan, like you heard from Adil, this is an ongoing situation. It's a system breakdown, and that system breakdown needs to be fixed. Adil, thank you for talking to us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.